Adun, and it is my sad privilege to be with you today. We're going to start our service with the chanting of the 23rd Psalm, and then I'm going to recite it in English. If you know it, please join me. Adonai Roi lo echsa bin od sheyarbitzeni al mei menuchot ינהלני נפשי ישובר ינחני במגלי צדק ינחני במגלי צדק למען שמו גם כי אלך מגלי צד מוות לא יירא כי אתה עמדי שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחוני תערוך לפניי שולחן כנגד צורריי דישנת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה אך טוב והחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want. Giving me repose in green meadows, leading me beside the still waters to revive my spirit, guiding me on the right path, for that is God's essence. Though I walk through a valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod, they give me comfort. You prepare a banquet for me in my presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and kindness shall be my portion all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai forever. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we will remember her. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we will remember her. In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we will remember her. In the blueness of sky and in the warmth of the summer, we will remember her. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we will remember her. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we will remember her. When we are weary and in need of strength, we will remember her. When we are lost and sick at heart, we will remember her. When we have joys we yearn to share, we will remember her. So long as we live, she too will live, for she is now a part of us. Birth is a beginning and death a destination, and life is a journey. From childhood to maturity, and youth to age, from innocence to awareness, and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion, and then perhaps to wisdom. From weakness to strength, or strength to weakness, and often back again. From health to sickness, and back we pray to health again. From offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, and grief to understanding, from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until looking backward or ahead, we see that victory lies, not at some high point along the way, but in having made the journey stage by stage. A sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning and death a destination, and life is a journey. A sacred pilgrimage to life everlasting. And today we celebrate the life of Betty Pickus. Betty's journey of more than 94 years began here in Cleveland, Ohio, when she was born on June 22nd, 1929. Betty spent her life around the greater Cleveland area and graduated Glenville High School. From a young age, Betty knew what she lived for: family. She and her sister Barbara were two peas in a pod and spent their whole life building their relationship. So much so that at the end of her life, before Betty's passing, she said she was going to be reunited with Barbara. The two have been emotionally inseparable since a young age. When they weren't living in the same household or were separated by COVID-19, they spent hours talking to one another on the phone and stayed closely connected. Betty deeply valued her relationship with her beloved sister. Betty was also blessed with many other relationships. She met Herbert Pickus in her early 20s. The two first encountered at a social gathering. Herbert came to this event with another young woman, but the moment that he laid eyes on Betty, that was it. Love at first sight. The two married and went on to have their son, Jeff. Jeff recalls his mother as always being perhaps a bit overprotective. He wasn't always allowed to do the other things the kids were doing. That was many of the ways that Betty showed her love to Jeff. She was the PTA mom, the mom that threw the memorable birthday parties and surrounded Jeff with family and friends. She created meaningful moments with those she deeply cared for. And with time, it seems that Betty's love only grew bigger. Jeff married Eileen, and Betty had a closeness with Eileen as if she was her own daughter. Later, Betty would also find a very special connection with Linda, who was there for her in some of her later difficult moments. Betty's world would change when she had the opportunity to love Hal, Adam, and Jamie. It would be these three boys that would make Betty's heart melt. Her youngest grandson, Jamie, says that it was like Bubby was born to be a Bubby, a grandmother. He fondly recalls that spending many weekends at Betty and Herbert's house. He laughs that Betty would take him out on the town with her girlfriends for specialty treats at Amy and Joy's Donuts. And while the donuts may have been memorable for Jamie, he also knows that Betty was proud to have him by her side. Betty enjoyed having her family around. She relished taking care of her grandkids and great-grandkids by spending quality time together, talking, and nourishing their bellies with her infamous garlic steak. No one makes a garlic steak like Betty. And albeit the other American delicacies she prepared, her garlic steak was unbeatable and forever memorable. Not only for its delicious flavor, but because it tasted like home, like tender, loving care that went into the preparation each and every time. Creating those moments of connection were invaluable in Betty's life. Erin, Betty's granddaughter-in-law, affectionately recalls a time she left Betty's house late at night. It was dark. As Erin placed her oldest son in the car seat, she accidentally bumped his head. Drew wasn't too happy, and Erin felt terrible and began to cry. Betty ran to comfort Erin in that moment, bringing light to that dark evening. And rather than attending to Drew's bumped head, Betty instinctively knew that Erin was the one who needed encouragement and a hug. Betty loved spending quality time with her family and ensuring their well-being. She was proud of each one of her children, her own son, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Whether she was spoiling Jamie with gifts, proudly showing Drew off in his uniform at Nora Park, affectionately watching Mia dance in her dress, or any occasion she spent with Drew, Aiden, Mia, Brandon, Jacob, Addison, Layla, and Colby. Betty was nourished by her family. She's left us with meaningful stories and a warmed heart. May her memory be for a blessing. Zichrona levracha, and together we can all say, Amen. At this moment, I would love to invite our grandchildren up to share their words of memory with us.
Excuse me. I just wanted to thank everybody for coming here. I know Bubby's looking down on us right now, and she's just happy to see everybody here celebrating her life and everything that she's just done for all of us. I know everyone's standing in front of me right now. She's made a big impact, especially in mine and my brother's lives. Just wanted to read something that my brother put together that I think really represents what the three of us feel and what everybody sees in our Bobby. Today we gather here to celebrate the life of the remarkable woman of our beloved Bobby. As we come together to share our memories and bid her farewell, it is with mixed sorrow and gratitude that we honor her through this extraordinary journey through life. Our grandmother was a pillar of strength, compassion, and love. She touched the lives of all who had the privilege of knowing her. With her warm smile and tender heart, she had a very unique way of making everyone feel valued and cherished. Her presence was like a comforting embrace, and her wisdom like a guiding light. Born in a different era, she witnessed a passage of time, and yet she adapted and embraced change with grace and resilience. Throughout her life, she faced numerous challenges, but she never let those obstacles define her spirit. Instead, she embraced her life's trials and opportunities for growth and learning to become an inspiration to all of us. She had a special talent for creating a haven of love and laughter within the family. Her childhood memories are filled with the aroma of her delicious steaks and the sound of her laughter filling the room and the warmth of her arms embracing us tightly. From the stories she shared with us, we learned the importance of heritage, the value of tradition, and the significance of unity. We bid farewell. Let us not dwell on the sadness of her departure, but rather celebrate the rich tapestry of memories she leaves behind. Let our life be a reminder to live with intention, to love deeply, to cherish every precious moment we have with one another. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligence, people, and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded, and to succeeded she did. Our grandmother touched countless lives, leaving behind a legacy of love and compassion that will resonate for generations to come. Through we mourn the absence, we take solace in knowing that she has found peace and is watching over us with the same radiant smile that she always wore. Rest in eternal peace, dear Bobby. Your memory will be etched in our hearts. We may carry your life forward and continue to make you proud. We love you, Bobby. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. This time, as we prepare for the rites of burial, we are going to lower the casket. In a moment. Thereafter, I'm going to ask you to please rise for the Ilmalei Rachamim prayer. Accept Betty's. So, אלמלא רחמים שוכן במרומים, אמצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמתה שהלכה לעולמה בגן עדן מנוחתה. אנא בעל הרחמים, הסתיריה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, וצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה, אדוני הוא נחלתה, ואת ננוח בשלום על משכבה ונאמר Amen. O God, full of compassion, who dwells on high, grant perfect rest beneath the sheltering wings of your divine presence among the holy and pure, who shine as the brightness of the firmament unto Betty, who has gone to her eternal home. Author of mercy, bring her under the shelter of your wings, and let her soul be bound up in the bonds of eternal life. May you be her inheritance, and may her repose be in peace. And together we say, Amen. In Jewish tradition, just as we come into this world into loving and caring arms, so too we return to the earth. At this time, if you would like to place earth atop, starting with the immediate family, you may do so at this time, and everyone else can do so as well after the family is returned to the car.
Yeah, right.
Praised is the judge of truth. Adonai Natan, Adonai Lakach, Yehishem, Adonai Mawach. Adonai has given and Adonai has taken. Praised be the name of Adonai. Sure.
I'll bring the dirt too. Yeah, we'll do it over here.
We're going to remain standing for the recitation of the mourner's cottage.
Dump it, we just dump it there. That's okay for the next person. Watch your step back, I'll get this.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועל מה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם ולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברית. לעילה מלכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן ועלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי service. If anyone has any last thing they would like to share, now would be the time to do so. On behalf of the family, thank you for coming. Please.
Sorry, it's been a challenging couple days, and today we obviously had a little bit of time to reflect. So today we had a little time to reflect on our book. You know, you could just turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off.
It's fine, just turn it off. Today we just had a little time to reflect on our movie, and you know, the one thing, and I think Rabbi, you said it great, is how she really was focused on her family, and you know, and she really instilled that in myself, I think my brothers, and you can see with our families, and you know, she really changed us. And legacy is tough, and we're never, you know, to be known for something like that, her focus all the time. And if you went against her, she lets you know. I will tell you, I have memories as a child with her where she has put me in my place, because obviously my dad wouldn't. And you know, and she was, very devoted to her religion. She was very devoted to her family. I will tell you that steak that everybody talks about, there's no way that's legal anymore, because I do know the ingredients, and she gave me them, and the FDA doesn't even let you use that stuff anymore. That's what made it so good. But she was just truly an amazing person. She taught you lessons. She was our rock as our family. My Uncle Dennis said it's really the last of this generation, and it's really up to us to, I think, keep it going and really keep those lessons.